All right. So this webinar is specifically about selling out in seconds and mastering FOMO strategies for holiday product drops. And I really want to kind of emphasize that some of these tactics will work well, regardless of whether or not it's holiday products or promotions, but we're going to focus specifically on holiday things because that's the time of year that we are. But just know that some of these work regardless of whether or not you are, selling holiday stuff. But before we get started, I just want to welcome you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Who am I? Why does this matter? My name is Dawn Sinkula. I'm the CEO and founder of Digital Dawn. We are a marketing agency that has been in business for the last 10 years. We primarily work with e-com business owners, helping them sell their products on the internet using Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We do things like Shopify, website building, optimization, email marketing, all sorts of things. So a lot of that has sort of formulated this webinar as well as other strategies and tactics. Before I ran my agency, I was a senior executive for Target Corporation. And my background has all been in e-commerce, marketing, retail, all sorts of stuff. So I've got, I hate to admit it, but like almost 30 years of experience doing this kind of stuff. And so what I want to share with you today are specifically goals for how you turn holiday shoppers into buyers with these FOMO strategies. Okay. And if you're not really sure what FOMO strategies are, we're going to talk about that a little bit too. But these are things like creating must-have products, launching those scarcity and strategy tactics. I'm going to give you some real-world examples, and then I'm going to open it up for Q&A so that you guys can ask me some questions. And if you stay till the very end, I have an awesome free gift that I'm going to give you guys that you can use in your FOMO holiday strategy that I think will really help you guys out. Okay. So let's dig into this a little bit. And if you guys have questions as we go through this, please drop them in the chat right now, and I will get to them at the end. But if you're kind of in the process of thinking, if you're anything like me and I want to ask that question, just go ahead and drop that and we'll get to it here towards the end. But what is FOMO? So for those of you who don't know what that acronym stands for, FOMO is the fear of missing out. Okay, so it's a way in which we drive our customers, specifically during the holiday season, to sort of motivate them to potentially purchase or to get them to buy something that they may not otherwise be inclined to buy because they might miss out on a great deal. Okay, so it's kind of that psychology of scarcity and exclusivity, and why holiday shoppers are really primed to make those decisions and that sense of urgency. So right now, Amazon is having their Black Friday sale, right? And it is like, oh my gosh, everybody's so excited. It's early, right? It's this fear of missing out. You've seen all the things. If you don't sign up, you don't get on their list, you don't see it, you're going to miss all these amazing things. We're trying to create that sort of sense of urgency and scarcity with the products that you're going to be selling during the holiday season to sort of intensify that buyer intent and to shorten that decision-making process. So a lot of times we know now that customers have to see you, hear you, be on your website almost 17 times before they're actually going to buy something from you. So think about that for a second. So if somebody comes to your website and they look for the first time, it's going to take them 16 more interactions to get them comfortable purchasing something from you. And that can really draw out and create a longer term buying cycle, right? Especially during Black Friday. So we want to shorten that buying cycle by providing and getting sort of that psychology of FOMO so that people can move from thinking about it to buying now within this time frame. Okay, so how do we do that? All right, creating irresistible limited edition products is one of the best ways to get people to purchase quickly. Now, a lot of times I hear from clients or shop owners or people who are in this entrepreneurial space saying, well, I don't really have anything new or unique for, this holiday season. Maybe I am not going to create anything new. I just need to sell more of the product that I currently have. So we're going to talk about that too. But some of the ways that you can kind of think about how you create these irresistible offers is by identifying products that historically have sold really, really well for you. So if you have, we're going to take a bar of soap, for example. If you have a certain fragrance, strawberry soap, that has sold really well for you in the past, and you know that is your like one thing everybody buys over and over again, then you want to use that one product in addition to maybe some other products that you're trying to sell or get rid of as this limited edition type product. You also want to use customer feedback. You want to try to use any sort of seasonal trends to identify. Let's say you put out something in the fall season that is specific to, a fragrance that it's holiday, or a fragrance that's fall, or a fragrance that's, something unique. What I recommend that you do is that you turn in your bestseller and something unique into a limited edition bundle or product. You don't have to create anything new. Okay. You don't have to create a new product. You don't have to create a new anything. All you need to do is create this irresistible impression that these limited edition products are never going to be together in this sort of fashion again. So you take your strawberry soap, you take your fragrance that you only have for a limited time, you put those together and you make a limited edition holiday product. Okay. The one thing that you want to make sure with this type of holiday product or limited edition sort of bundling is that you're not doing it and then saying it's never going to be sold again like this and then selling it again. Okay. So we don't want to lie to our customers. And you'll see this happen a lot, right? Where people will say, oh, it's limited edition, or it's never going to be available again, or, it's on sale now. And then a week later, you'll come back and be like, wait a minute. I thought this was never on sale again. And now here it is on sale, or this bundle is still together. So make sure that if you're going to create these products and these limited editions and you're putting them together and you're saying the words, hey, these are never going to be together again, that legitimately is going to be the case. You can make different product bundlings, you can make different prices, but don't just duplicate the same thing and say it's limited edition and then sell it again over and over again, because customers are smart. They will lose faith in you and they will not believe you if you're creating that FOMO and that sense of urgency if you just continue to sell the same thing over and over again. Okay. So let's talk about user-generated content as social proof. Okay, so we know that it's going to take about 17 times for people to know, like, and trust you to get to your website or to purchase your products off of your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok shop. One way to kind of cut down that time, or the number of times that your customers need to see you, is by using user-generated content as social proof. So what are user-generated content, or what is user-generated content? That is customer reviews, testimonials, things that, you've got 5 stars, or somebody has told you this is amazing. A lot of times people think that they have to have a video of somebody like putting on the product, or a video of somebody telling you how amazing this is, when you don't really have to do that. You can still use written testimonials as, make a little video of written testimonials and say, hey, people are loving this, and kind of make a little GIF or a flash video. But what that does is that makes that product feel more exclusive and desirable to the customers, because other people have used it and they're giving you amazing feedback and testimonials. And people will buy from other people faster than they will buy from some just blank company on the internet, right? So if they can see you or see your customers using the product or hearing testimonials of this limited edition product, or even parts of this limited edition product, you're going to get to that purchasing decision much, much faster. We also know that UGC is more expansive and works better on social media than a lot of other types of videos and or static posts. So if you have user-generated content, use it, particularly this time of year. If you don't have user-generated content, but you do have reviews, go into Canva, make a little template video, type in or copy and paste the testimonials that you have, put 5 stars as a picture, and make yourself a little user-generated video that you can put about this particular irresistible limited time product. Okay. The other thing that helps create irresistible limited time product editions is if you can do something that conveys a different type of look and feel to your packaging. Okay. So a lot of times you can add a simple bow, you can add a simple color change, you can add a simple card, you can add a simple color change, box change, something that differentiates this particular limited edition product as something unique and something that it shows value, right? Shows more value than it would if it was separated. Okay. So a lot of times people are like, well, I don't have a special box, or it's too expensive to make another box. Put a ribbon on it that's red, yellow, green, something that conveys it looking different than it would normally. Take a picture of what that looks like as a special edition, something different and unique, and use that as part of your marketing or part of that bundle process that conveys that exclusivity and the value of it being different. Okay. So scarcity marketing tactics that drive urgency. Okay, so you may have heard me talk about this before, but one way that really, really helps drive urgency is by creating a VIP program or something exclusive for people that are on your email list. And they are the ones that get first dibs, they get something exclusive. It's the first time that people are hearing about it. They're the first ones that get to hear about it. Something that shows some sort of exclusiveness for that VIP program. Now, you don't have to have anything on your website that says, gosh, you're a VIP, or sign up for, an app or anything like that. You can just use the terminology VIP for your email subscribers and create that sense of exclusiveness that just your VIP email customers are going to see. A simple VIP strategy can create wait lists or, releases of products to VIPs at an early stage. So for example, you guys all signed up for this, right? So now you will be my exclusive VIPs. You will get early access to anything that I put out. You'll get early access or discounts to digital downloads that I create, or free products or new things. Simply by saying your VIPs in my email and showing and sharing things earlier than I would put out to the world, right? Maybe on my store. That's going to create a sense of urgency. And it's a very simple, easy, and free way to get that kind of urgency and loyalty going. Okay. Crafting personalized and urgent messages. So scarcity-driven messages that feel genuine. This is where I was talking about. Don't make this really gimmicky. Don't be like, okay, it's only on sale for 4 days. And then, the next week, now it's on sale again for 4 days. And now it's on sale again. Make it really unique. You change the price, you can change the offer, but give people a timeline, make it urgent, and do legitimately stick to what you're saying. Some of the best ways to sell out of your product quickly is to tell people that it's only available for a certain amount of time. So maybe it's the 24 hours, maybe it's 48 hours. Don't make it like, hey, this next week, the whole week, it's going to be on sale. That's why this whole concept of Black Friday has become so popular, because it used to be Black Friday was just one day. Right? It was just a day that was very urgent. And if you didn't get the deal that Black Friday or even that Saturday, you were out of luck, right? You never got it again, or you missed out. And that was, I know, at Target, where people would just, come flooding into the stores and would, run to grab the TVs, because Black Friday really, in all truthfulness, was created to be a sense of urgency to sell out on products that really legitimately had a great sale price. So try to use things where people can only get this particular value during a specific time frame. If you make it too long, like 72 hours or this next week, people will always wait until the very last minute to buy, to sign up, to do whatever. So you will find that a lot of your sales in the last couple of hours, if you're sending out emails correctly, in the last couple of hours, you'll get this really big spike in your sales because people have a tendency to always wait till the very last minute. So the countdown timers are great. You'll see a lot of those coming on right now where you got 12 more days or you got 12 more hours or whatever to buy this product. Those are really great if you can put those on your website or in an email. If you've got the ability to say, hey, we're getting low on stock, if you legitimately are, if you're low on stock and you can send an email out saying, gosh, I only have 20 more of these. If you don't have abandoned carts set up on your store, make sure that you are doing that this time of year. You should be doing it all time of year, but this time of year specifically. So abandoned cart emails happen when someone puts something in their cart and then they get distracted and they don't actually purchase. You get a reminder email that says, hey, you left something in your cart. Did you want to, go back and purchase it? You should be able to pick up about 10 to 20% of your sales that get left in the cart from that abandoned cart email. So if you're on something like Shopify, it will automatically do that for you in the Shopify settings. You don't have to have a third party email system. Shopify will do that for you. If you do have a third-party email system, you can set those up to automatically happen depending on what email provider you have. But if you're just on Shopify or, any sort of platform, a lot of them have that abandoned cart already built in. Okay. So pre-launch hype and retargeting. Okay, so I want you guys to build anticipations with teasers on social media, in emails, if you're doing ads through retargeting ads, okay, things like that. Where I feel like people kind of get a little bit stuck is that they wait until the day of Black Friday and then they start launching and then they say, well, nobody's paying attention. Well, yeah, because it's the busiest day of the year and you're just surrounded by, text messages and emails and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to sell your exclusive products during Black Friday. You can sell them, sure, and everybody's on shopping, but you can also sell them before. You could do it right now, or you can wait till after Black Friday before Christmas and have a sale when everybody's still in the shopping mode, but they're not bombarded by all of the noise. So build that up on social with teasers saying, hey, in the next day or two, you're going to see something really exciting coming out. Watch for this, open my emails, here it comes, but don't tell them what it is, just tease them. If you're doing Facebook advertising, this is a great time to do retargeting ads. Okay. So people who have come to your website, you want to retarget them with, hey, things that you may not have known are going to be happening, get ready, or people who have purchased already, I've got something new for you coming, and you do those through retargeting ads. We talked a little bit about building up that VIP sign up, but please make sure this time of year you have some sort of pop-up on your website where you are capturing emails. Okay, if you don't take anything else out of this, make sure that you have a pop-up on your website where you are capturing emails. I'd love it if you could do, text messages too, but that's not always available for everybody. So make sure you're capturing emails in some sort of pop-up on your store, or you're giving away something for free, like a lead magnet, so that you can capture emails, because people will come to your website and it's a great way to get, free emails. And you can then use them as a VIP, right? We talked about that. They'll get on your email list and then you can start marketing to them as a VIP. Okay. You can use influencers and affiliates for authentic reach. So this is one where everybody's like, oh, I don't want to pay an influencer. I don't even know how to do this. Let me tell you, micro influencers are where it's at right now. So I'm talking about people who have small but very dedicated fans. You do not need to get in front of a million people. For a lot of us in small business, we wouldn't be able to handle it if we got in front of, a million people. We don't have enough product to sell to a million people. All you need is a couple thousand really great purchasers to get in front of, and those are called micro influencers. So if you follow someone that has a great audience that would love your product, if you collaborate with partners, if you have other business owners that you work with They could send out an email on your behalf. You could send out an email on their behalf. You could cross-pollinate, I'm going to sell this for you, you sell this for me. It works really, really well this time of year to use influencers and affiliates, but not thinking about it from a point of view of like, you've got to go buy an influencer or you've got to have 1 million people, that you're getting in front of. Think of these as very small micro influencers, very niched, and people who are really going to be able to get in front of the right audience for you. Okay. It's really important this time of year, more so than ever, that you have that really authentic, natural collaboration with someone and provide sort of that realistic partnership and somebody who is really in front of the right audience for you. So don't just go pick somebody and say, oh, I think they'd be great, when they probably aren't. They're probably busy. And the reality is they may or may not be authentic, right? When it comes to, having people who are wanting to see and people who are wanting to, be able to purchase your product. Okay. So, time drop for the maximum engagement. We talked about this the best, but make sure that you understand where when your audience purchases. Okay. So if you are selling a product and your audience happens to purchase Sunday afternoons, and that's the best time of day, that's when you want to do your product drop. If your customers happen to purchase, on Friday mornings at 10 a.m., do that as your launch strategy. Do that when you're going to, put out your exclusive bundle, when you're going to put out the, hey, VIPs, this is when this is launching. Don't just launch it, Friday morning at 10 o'clock sort of randomly. Make sure that you do that. You look at your data. You can see this if you're in Shopify. You can see when people purchase, the time of day that they purchase most consistently, the day that they purchase most consistently, and use that as the launch drop time for the product. Okay. And then how you communicate that with your customers. I want to give you a real life case study of where this happened. So we actually did a lot of these tactics for a beauty brand that we have worked with for many years now. And during Black Friday, she had some good results with her, launches. But what we decided to do with her is, a lot of what she was doing was organic, and a lot of what she was doing was, some okay Facebook ads, right? They were working, but not great. So what we decided to do, instead of launching a FOMO product launch during Black Friday, is we decided to move it up in the timeline and launch it the first week of November. Her customers were very engaged. Her customers were teased and knew that this was coming, but didn't know what it was. They were in the mindset of purchasing because it's getting close to Black Friday, but it wasn't during all of the noise of the Black Friday season. And what ended up happening was, when we started doing ads earlier in the month as well, we were able to attract new customers to her store at a lower cost than what she was able to get before. And we were able to increase her orders on this bundle by 133% by staggering that order forward or moving it up in the month versus doing it during Black Friday. We increased her conversion rate. So, your conversion rate on your store, we increased it to 5 to 6%, which is above industry average. And we were able to increase her average order value. By doing this and moving it up, using the tactics that I just shared with you, the ability to use her email list as a VIP, we teased it out. We created a product that hadn't been available together as a bundle. We did it earlier than Black Friday. We created FOMO. We were able to make her 6 figures, her first 6 figures in that month. So these tactics work. Okay. So simple strategies also for keeping the momentum going after you do this drop. Okay. So let's say you create this FOMO, you sell out of your product, and now what do? Okay, so you've gotten this going on and you don't want to let this momentum stop because you have people's attention. They are purchasing. So what you want to keep doing is you want to make sure that you continue to email those people. Maybe you sell out of this particular bundle. You want to keep emailing those people if it's going to come back into stock, or you want to send them follow-up emails encouraging them to share their user-generated content. Maybe you give them a discount for sharing their testimonials. You want them to know you're going to have a different bundle coming. You want to thank them for, doing and purchasing. That's always important. I love getting emails when I purchase something from a small business and they send me an email and say, "Hi, I'm Dawn. I'm the small business owner. It means so much to me that you actually purchased something from me. I got my humble beginnings by doing X, Y, and Z." And then you're like, "Oh my gosh, there's a real person behind this business. I want to buy from them again," right? So make sure that you're taking advantage of this time and keeping that momentum going. So make sure that you set up things like a post-purchase email sequence to set up and encourage continuing email or continuing purchases through emails that are automated, so you don't even have to worry about it. But definitely thank your customers for purchasing and thank them for purchasing from a small business owner. Okay. All right. Questions, answers. I got through that pretty quick. Anybody have any questions that they would like to ask? I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. I think there's a couple of questions. Anybody, if you want to unmute or you want to drop a couple questions, that would be great. One of the things that I have had somebody ask is, how do you create products, or how do you create a bundle when you don't have anything special that you are selling? So that's a great question. And one of the things that I tell people is, just by bundling new products together in a way that they've never seen them before can be that special edition product. Okay. So again, kind of to the beginning, I said, you've got a strawberry soap, you've got a something, put those together in a bundle that maybe you've never put in a bundle together before, and call that a holiday edition or an exclusive, and then sell that, for your VIPs or for your customers that are on your VIP list. Put it together. It doesn't have to be anything that you have, newly created. It doesn't have to be new product, just the way that you're putting it together, make it new. Okay. Also, great question. How do you create a sense of urgency without coming off too aggressive or salesy to your audience? I think that's a great one. If you're anything like me, we were just talking beforehand to a couple people saying, I am getting so many emails. I'm getting so many text messages right now. I feel like I've got to turn off stuff because I'm just getting pounded already with stuff. Where I think that this is really important is making it authentic to you and your customers. So you know how your customers talk, you know how they respond, you know how and what they like, what they've already purchased. Use a lot of that language in your emails and in your marketing. If you're working on getting new customers, then speak to who you want to attract, right? You don't need to send 5 emails a day to get people to open. This time of year, it's very, very busy. And that's why I always like to tell people you should almost do a limited FOMO or a holiday edition, something before Black Friday, or do it after Black Friday. Of course, sell something special during the Black Friday season, but people are going to hear a lot of noise and it is going to be very busy. So unless you've got a really big audience, or you've got a really sort of committed group that's going to purchase over and over and over again, you're going to have to do something a little bit different and a little bit off to get through the noise. So that's why I like doing it at the beginning of November or the beginning of December, after Black Friday, Cyber Monday's over, and then send those emails saying, hey, maybe you've been bombarded with, you probably don't want another email. Be honest with it and speak to your customers. I mean, they know you're a small business owner. They know you're selling something. Just try not to do it, in a way that's irritating and annoying. And you can watch your email rates and your text message rates if people are not opening your emails. If you're getting people to unsubscribe, that might tell you that it's a little too much, but don't not do it just because you think you're going to annoy people. it's your job as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner to sell your stuff. And now is the busiest time of year for you to be able to do that and take advantage of the people that are online. Okay. Don't be annoying, just send it. Great question. So you only have so much time in a day. If you had to pick just posting on my socials or running some ads or sending emails, which one is most important during the holidays? That's a great question. And I think my answer is going to be, it depends. And it depends on this, because it depends on if you have a big email list and you can get those people to repeat purchase, or if you have a big social following, if you can get people to purchase from your store. Go to where you know you have had the most luck and you know that the most people purchase from there. Don't try to be everywhere all the time. Go to where you've had success in the past. So some people sell from their Facebook marketplace, right? Like they sell off their Facebook shop, and that Facebook shop does really, really well for them. Great. Then that's where I would spend my time. Maybe you don't have a huge email list, but a lot of people buy from your Facebook shop, then do that. If you don't have a Facebook shop, but you've got a solid email list and people purchase off your email list, then send emails. Maybe post once or twice during, but really focus your time and attention from, the limited time you have to where you've had the most purchases in the past. How do you integrate retargeting ads and email marketing seamlessly into maximizing sales without overwhelming my audience? Well, that's a great question. And that kind of goes to the aggressive versus salesy piece of things. And I think sort of promoing beforehand kind of gives that. I think retargeting for, your audience, if you're doing ads, is great because they will see that after they've already purchased something. So they know, like, and trust you. They've already been familiar with your brand. You're not going to annoy them by putting another ad saying, hey, you've already been purchasing with me, or hey, customer, now I've got something else going on. I want you to come back. People are pretty used to that being retargeted once they've purchased. So I think that's a great way to do it. If you're not running ads, then email marketing is the way to go with the people that you are marketing to on a regular basis. One of the things that I don't like to see people do is only market to people on their email lists or to people on their social media when they're trying to sell something. Okay. That's the biggest way that you're going to fail, is by only asking or telling or showing up on your customers' profiles or in their inbox when you want them to buy something. So you need to be emailing them or posting or doing things throughout the year, sharing stuff about your brand, sharing stuff about you, sharing stuff about your products, and then come in and ask. Because if it takes 17 times for somebody to, purchase something, think about even 17 emails. Well, not all of those emails can just be all about selling, selling, selling. They want to know your backstory. They want to know, how did you come up with this product? They want to know what this is all about. How do you make it? Where does it come from? What are the ingredients? Or, I get asked sometimes, well, is that made in the US? Is it organic? Is it, just whatever those things are that your customers have, send those things in email before you even ask them for a sale. Okay. All right. How can I, as a smaller brand, create buzz for a holiday product drop? I don't have a large social media budget or ad budget. I'm worried about missing out. Yeah. So we talked about this a little bit, in that I think it's really important to take advantage of the people that have already purchased and your email list, and really creating that buzz via email and those VIP type programs, I think, work really, really well. You don't need to have an huge advertising budget to get out in front of people. Actually, it's really expensive right now to do advertising. If you've never done advertising before, as an advertising marketer, I'm telling you, don't start now, because you will not be able to play without spending a ton of money and missing out. So what I recommend that you do is use the resources that you already have, which are email, your social media following, and your current customers. That's why having micro influencers or other affiliates you can partner with, kind of spread out as much as you possibly can in those ways without having to feel like you need to spend a ton of money on ads, because you're just not going to be able to cut through the noise this time of year unless you are spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a day on Facebook ads. Okay. So clients having issues with keeping things in stock or supply chain issue. I mean, supply chain and email and or postage, the U.S. mail system, UPS, all that kind of stuff. It's tricky for us all in the e-com space right now, and it definitely has caused a lot of problems. I think when you get ready to do a holiday drop or any sort of sale drop, you want to make sure before you do this that you have the ability to get the product to the people quickly and that you have enough product in stock. Don't sell something that you only have 5 of and hope that, you can make enough after you sell out that 5, particularly during this time of year, because people need it for presents and people need it for gifts. And we know that the post system and UPS and FedEx, I mean, they're great, but things get lost, things get missed. And if you've got to make something and then ship it, or if you don't have enough inventory in your warehouse and you sell out of it and it's going to be a couple weeks before you get it in stock, just make sure that you understand how much you have, understand how long it's going to take to get to wherever you're shipping it in the United States, or if you do outside of the United States, make sure you know how long it's going to take and be really honest with your customers before they purchase. Where I see people get into really, tricky situations here is where they have these sales and they sell stuff and then all of a sudden they have, no product and then, they've got the sale, but they can't sell anymore, or they only had 5 or 10 to begin with. Then if you also can't get it quickly, or the post office is, lost it or something like that, or it's going to take 2.5 weeks to get there, you've got to tell your customers that it's going to take 2 weeks to get there before they purchase, or they're going to get mad and they're going to come after you and blast you. And you don't want that by any means. You don't want the backlash of that stuff. Okay. So just be really honest. Your customers, a lot of times, for our family, we're celebrating Christmas during Thanksgiving. So I had to buy all my all my presents early, and I need them early because that's when we're celebrating. So if, I waited 3 more weeks to get a product, like, it wouldn't work for me, right? So just know that customers are spending time at different parts. They're not all traditionally spending it at Christmas, that type of thing. So be really honest about the distribution and how long it takes to get there. Specific examples of VIP. I think we talked a little bit about this, but ones that I've seen do really, really well are the ones that are not on Black Friday. Okay. And I say that as a small business owner, e-com owner myself, and that I think that, as a marketer, I think where you can do really, really well is by doing it outside of the Black Friday timeline. Still sell something, still have something on sale during that time because people will come to your website. But if you're going to do a FOMO launch, do it either before Black Friday or wait till after Black Friday, as long as you can get there, get it there by Christmas, like we just talked about, or whenever they need it. Kind of do it on either side of the noisiest time of year so that people are listening. And those, regardless of what you do or how you launch it, those are the ones that I've seen over the last 10 years do the best, are when they're not right during the middle of the holiday, Black Friday. Okay, so I wouldn't be a good marketer if I didn't offer you something, of course. Great and awesome. So I have created, I'm going to show you guys this on my screen. I have created some emails that you guys can use, marketing email templates that you can use, just plug and play yourself. I have a welcome series that you can plug and play that encourages new subscribers. The emails are all written out for you. The only thing you have to do is just put in your company name, kind of the goal. You can see where it's highlighted here. Just fill in the blanks and the rest is all done for you. I've got a promo series email, so that drives product awareness and maximizes your sales. I said abandoned cart is one of the most important. I created an abandoned cart series sequence for you that you can use. Again, just plug it in, play. Don't have to think about it. Don't have to write it. I've got a win back series, which means people who haven't purchased from you in a long time. This is a great way to get them engaged again. So people who haven't bought for a while say, hey, come back. personalized message, come back and buy something. It's been a while. And then I've got a browse abandonment series. So that's customers who have kind of looked on your site, but they haven't made a purchase. You can again send them an email to nudge them along. Okay. So in the chat here, we've got the link to the store. You just need to click that link and use the code free emails when you check out. They're free. I'm giving them to you as a way. You can use them for holiday. You can use them any time of year. Obviously, you can adjust them, so on and so forth, so that they make sense for you, but they are all written. I think we have, I want to say there's several emails in each of the sequences. So it's not just one abandoned cart, one win back, one whatever. There's several emails in this series. So you'll have lots and lots of emails to work from. Okay. In addition to that, we have a lot of digital downloads here on this store and a lot of other things that are available to you. So I've got this holiday bundle right now that is I think, a great bundle. So it's kind of got a little bit of everything. It's got the emails in it. It's got social media templates in it. It's got metrics for you to measure whether you're being successful or not. It kind of shows you here what's included. So I've got Canva social media templates that you can use, email templates, performance dashboard, all kinds of things. It's tons and tons of stuff. I'm going to give you guys 50% off everything in the store as well. So not only are you going to get the free emails, but anything in the store that you want to use, I'm going to give you 50% off. Nothing in the store is very expensive, you guys. It's all very affordable, but I've got tons of Canva templates. I've got things in here like how to set up social media. I've got instant downloads. I've got 365 days of social media prompts. If you're anything like me, I can never think of what to post. I've got 99 TikToks and IG reels and hooks that are great. I've got a mini course on mastering Facebook ads. Anything and everything you would need to kind of get going, I got it here for you. And if there's something that you don't see on here that you want me to create, I would love that feedback as well, because we are really going to work hard on getting a lot more things going on for 2025. But there's 200 social media templates in here. All you have to do is download them and you can use them, and they're 50% off. So come on now. Let's do that. Okay. So just go to that link and use November webinar. You get 50% off, and then use free emails as the other code for the free email template. Okay. So any questions, you guys? We'll be sure to send this out in the replay as well. But thank you for showing up. I appreciate, I know this is a busy time of year. I hope you were able to take some tips and tricks away and you found some useful, helpful tools. And I wish you all the best of luck during your holiday season. Sell, sell, sell. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be doing another one of these in December. It's going to be about fifth quarter. Okay. If you haven't heard of fifth quarter before, that is the quarter right after fourth quarter. It's actually January. We used to call it fifth quarter at Target all the time, because a lot of people think, oh, when January hits, nobody buys, but it's actually just the opposite. And people have a tendency to buy a lot in January because they've all been given gift cards and Christmas money and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about how to maximize your fifth quarter before fifth quarter hits. So watch for that. I think we're going to do it on December 17th. So we'll have more things and more giveaways and all sorts of stuff. So thank you guys so much for showing up. I appreciate it. Until next time.